Oh, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. That voice hurts too much for me to continue doing it. My throat. Welcome to Respawn Aim Fire, the kick-ass Reverend Gaming podcast brought to you by Affable Idiots. It is today, the day after Alex's sister's birthday, whose name I can only assume is Andrea Kozina. I just assume all of their names start with an A. Do you think... You can't talk yet because I haven't introduced you. I'm one of your hosts, Chad Michael, pondering his co-hosts, siblings, Ennis. We've got here Adam. How many siblings do you have and what are their names, Gumbert?
I currently have 4 of them, I believe, actually. This voice is not hard. You know what's funny? We'll get to the siblings thing. It is weird for him to give us so much shit for our impersonations when he doesn't do them at all. It's like
not at all.
Stones at glass houses, you know?
Exactly. All he does is put up a goose.
Exactly. Easy. As far as Alex's sister's name, I would assume it would probably be like, I was going to say Alexa. That's too close. But something else with an A, like an Ashley maybe or something.
I got it. They are so proud of their Canadian heritage. Mm-hmm. Her name is Alberta.
Yeah, there you go.
It's Alberta Kozina. That has a nice rhythm to it. Alberta Kozina. Alberta Kozina. You can catch us live right now, just like Matt from RI, who says in the chat on twitch.tv/Affable Idiots, live on Sunday evenings, 8:30 Eastern time. Or you can catch us on demand if you say, hey, man, I don't want to hear all of the amazing, cool things that they say live and cut out of the show, and I'll listen to it on demand instead, neutered and trimmed and formatted to fit your TV on Tuesday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern on YouTube and podcast services. You might have noticed Alberta's brother Alex is not here today because they are celebrating Alberta's birthday a day late, who, by the way, she shares that birthday with Adolf Hitler. So
yes,
happy birthday,
Hitler, and a day when you smoke marijuana.
Do you think that's just a U.S. thing, or do Canadians also smoke marijuana on 420?
They're not allowed to because the king said they couldn't.
That's right. Fucking king. That's all right. He has cancer? COVID?
I think so.
He's one of the big C's. Not a big C-O-C-K, though. Tiny, tiny little colonizer shriveled penis. And we're going to move on and talk about a couple things today. It's going to be probably a shorter than a Hood episode today. And wait, there was something you were looking up. Yeah, there was something you were looking up.
Yeah.
About what you were looking up.
Because this will be a shorter show, so I'm just like living my life. So last week we didn't record because I had food poisoning.
That's right.
I don't think I've recovered. Like, I'm not sick anymore, but like my brain has not recovered. It was already bad. You
just have an aversion to whatever it is you eat now permanently?
Well, I won't eat Zaxby's anymore. I'll tell you that.
That's the Garcia. That's a shame. Zaxby's is great.
Zaxby's egg rolls.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's a weird thing to get at Zaxby's that I did not even know they sold.
Don't do it. So before we started, I don't know what was going on. I said, I did like a little laugh because it was from a song. I've looked it up. It's a song by Fat Joe. It's called Make It Rain. And during the song, someone as like Lil Wayne would do like a big lighter. Like a lot of rappers have like a signature like intro to them. Like they'll make like a weird noise. Rick Ross does a lot of grunts. He'll be like, oh, I'm Rick Ross.
Why does someone get killed?
And at the beginning of Make It Rain, someone goes, ah! And I can't determine if that's like a Lil Wayne laugh, if that was in the remix maybe, and maybe it was T.I. or Birdman, or maybe it's Fat Joe himself. I don't know, but somebody at the beginning of that song makes it, and I'm trying to figure out who it is. I'm assuming Lil Wayne, but I'm not 100% positive.
Well, let's put this out there. Matt from RI, you're in the chat. If you can figure out who it is, who makes that, Adam will play Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League with you tomorrow night. That is the deal. That is, if you can solve this mystery for us. And until Matt puts that in the chat, we're going to talk about a big fat surprise Nintendo showcase. Taylor Lyles at IGN brings us into our main quest. Nintendo hosts its first Indie World Showcase of 2024, and in typical Nintendo fashion, recently it was announced the day before and it was at like 7 a.m. Pacific time. So I will be honest, I did not watch any of this. I'm familiar with a few of these things.
Yeah, we'll do it like we do most showcases that have 100 announcements.
We'll
go through it quickly, and if it's interesting, we can talk more about it. Otherwise, just move on along.
Cool.
I think some of the stuff is really cool. The other stuff, I'm like, I don't care about this mobile game.
Cool. SteamWorld Heist 2 is in development, says Thunderful, and it is coming out August 8th, 2024. Has the same turn-based ricochet strategy gameplay while being set in a lush tropical environment called Caribbean. Get it?
This is a good one.
Get it? Like Caribbean? Like Caribbean?
Like the pirates? No, this will be a cool one. SteamWorld games are super cool. This one is like a strategy sort of like you'll take turns and like ricochet the bullets like as part of the combat, like off the environment stuff.
Okay.
This was a very cool announcement. I'm excited for this one for sure.
What's the if someone were to get into first of all, the SteamWorld games. There's like Dig, there's Heist, there's now Heist 2. I think there's Dig 2. There's SteamWorld Build. What's
Gilgamesh?
What? SteamWorld Gilgamesh?
It's like SteamWorld Quest, the Hand of Gilgamesh or something. It's a deck builder.
I literally right now, as you were saying that sentence, realized I have never played a SteamWorld game. Instead, I played a Spelunky game, and that shared the same exact bit in my brain. I don't know what a SteamWorld game is.
Well, that's the thing. SteamWorld digs are very much like Spelunky, where it's like a roguelike. You go down, you dig through the thing, and then you come out. Build is a city builder. Like, it's a really cool, like, robot steampunk, SteamWorld.
I was gonna say, what is the IP that links all of this together? Like the SteamWorld, is that a thing that existed previously, or is this something that's now like been established in these games?
I think Dig was the first one, and then they're like, "Oh, we like this world. Let's just make other game genres in our world."
Okay.
But it's like steampunk, like cute little robot guys running around doing stuff, and they have their roguelike games, they have their town builders, they have their RPGs, their deck builders, they do all of it. So it's very cool.
Okay. Well, the second one of SteamWorld Heist is coming out August 8th. Game of the year? Who knows?
Possibly.
Little Kitty Big City lets you explore a quirky neighborhood as a cat and is out on May 9th for Nintendo Switch. This sounds like Stray.
Stray, but more fun, I think.
Oh, zing! Got him!
That's what I think.
Yars, I still never played that one. Stray. I know you and Alex both did, but I never got around to Stray.
It's fun. It's pretty. That's about all I could say.
Cool. Yars Rising, new side-scrolling run-and-gun platformer from Atari. Yars Rising arrives later this year. It's wild to me that Atari still exists in any.
That's what I was gonna say, right? Because remember, we went to PAX East, right?
Right.
And we were on the media list, so we got a lot of emails. Come see this, and we got multiple emails from Atari, but like, come see our booth. I'm like, what are y'all doing?
What are you doing? Show me the blueprints for the Atari VCS. I know it exists now, and it is quote unquote out, but like, it's not real. That's not a real product. That's the only thing that I know them for.
But they're putting out Yars Rising this year, so they're doing stuff.
All right. Refined Self, the personality test game, is an exploration-based adventure game with heavy themes of self-discovery. Refined Self arrives this summer as a timed exclusive for Nintendo Switch. Tell you what, this is what I do on a good Friday night. Sticky Business is added to Nintendo Switch now. Right now. If you're listening to this, you can have Sticky Business on your Switch. Originally released on PC last year, it's a cozy, vibrant game and has players running a small business where they create and sell stickers.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I believe. I'm not going to say I know because I don't remember. I think Snowbike Mike was like super into this video game because you just like run a business and make stickers or whatever. So that's an endorsement from a man.
The problem is,
I've just heard people talk about it. So
if you ask Snowbike Mike about anything in particular, he will have something wildly positive to say about it. That's just who he is.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the real statement about this game is that Snowbike Mike knew it existed. Because him saying it was good might as well say the game again exists. Yeah, I have played that game because he can't say anything bad about anything. Sweet dude, though. Anton Blast is headed to PC and Nintendo Switch this November 12th. Oh my god. That's 2 days after my mom's birthday.
Oh.
Yeah.
2 days after mom's birthday.
That's freaking wild.
By the way, this game's fucking awesome. I played this at PAX West. It's Wario Land meets not Banjo Kazooie. I can't get in that Twitter thing in my head. It is no, it's like a platformer where you like bust through and break things, and it's basically Wario Land meets what's the Crash Bandicoot. I'm like, what's the game with the Bandicoot? Yeah, Crash Bandicoot, where you like break through the boxes and stuff. It's very good. I like it a lot. So I'm glad we have a release date because the game is super good.
Cool. Valley Peaks is getting a Switch port. Valley Peaks is an adventure game in which players climb mountains. Each mountain is a unique puzzle that requires a different strategy to solve to reach the top. And maybe the best name of any other game on this entire list, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes gets May release date. An action-adventure puzzle game published by Annapurna Interactive, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes is set somewhere in Europe where players control a young woman who has become entangled with increasingly dangerous illusions.
Ooh.
I'll tell you what, I don't know anything about this game, but just the name of it, Annapurna Interactive, and Dangerous Illusions, I'm sold. And now I'm looking at a thumbnail for a video on IGN from Taylor Lyles, and I'm like, a little less sold, but still sold. Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, coming in May.
Some people say if you put Annapurna's name on it, it's going to be good. That's some people, not me necessarily, but it normally is a good sign that, someone's paying attention.
I feel like Annapurna is the A24 of video games.
Yeah.
Even though, actually, I can't remember. Did A24 start doing video games, or did Annapurna start doing movies? I think it might be
Annapurna
both.
did movies. I think Annapurna does movies. I think.
Hold on. Does A24 publish video games now? I'm asking for me and my friend. A24 app. What is the A24 app? Everything A24 all in one place, exclusive first looks, free screenings, hundreds of hours of bonus content. I'm going to click this link. What is this app? I didn't know this existed.
It's A24 app?
Is this a streaming service? What is this? Directed by Alex Garland. Interesting. Coming soon, now playing. It doesn't look like you can actually watch movies in it, but you can watch behind the scenes stuff. Okay.
By the way, if you type in Annapurna movies, Annapurna Pictures is a television company.
Okay.
Films produced: Her, Zero Dark 30, Sausage Party. Some of the movies they've done.
That's right. Annapurna got into video games.
Yes, afterwards. Yeah.
That's right. All right. Europa delayed again. A demo. Oh, sorry. Europa delayed again. Wait. What is this sentence? Is the game Europa delayed again? A demo will head to Switch. Okay, Europa the game is delayed again, and a demo will head to the Switch eShop today. Sorry, my brain just broke for a second.
All those words jumbled together. I get it.
The most interesting and best thing on this list, TMNT Splintered Fate. Timed exclusive coming this July. This is the game last year that came out that is Hades with turtles. And it is fucking excellent. It was on Apple Arcade. It's multiplayer. You can sync up and play with people online. And you all control the turtle. They each have their own like abilities and powers and upgrades and all this kind of shit. And it is fucking fantastic. So glad that's coming to Switch this July and other consoles later.
It was fun being able to see that one come up. I'm like, I remember Chad talked about this on Apple Arcade. People were like, this crazy new Turtles game. It's like, oh, I heard about it already. Look at me in the know.
Look at you, insider. Here. Inside edition. Third Cat Quest game. Cat Quest 3 is releasing this year. Cat Quest 3 is an action RPG. Oh, you know what's fun? Hold on. I got to go see the logo treatment for Cat Quest 3 because if it is not 3, like a paw scratching, like it scratches, if it's not that, then they miss an opportunity. Cat Quest 3. Show me the Cat Quest 3 logo treatment, and hopefully it has kitty scratches for the 3. Kind of like Baldur's Gate 3 or Witcher 3 or Diablo 3.
You're just gonna keep putting more of those words in there. Gonna make
so it first comes up with Baldur's Gate 3, Mishka the Secret Cat Quest.
Yeah, okay, I remember.
Baldur's Gate 3. Here's Cat Quest 1. I'm not finding the logo for Cat Quest 3, so
I mean, if you just type in Cat Quest 3, it will pop up, I promise you.
All right, Cat Quest 3. No, that is definitely a hard Roman numeral with a little anchor around it.
It does have the anchor for the pirate stuff.
You know what I found out recently? How do you think you spell anchors away?
Oh, I know away is weird. It's like wait, like await or something like that. Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
I mean, I'm all about my pirate stuff.
How many things do you say in your life that you realize you have no idea that, well, that's the thing. You might not even realize you have no idea what the fuck it is or where it comes from or what you're saying. Third Cat Quest game.
No?
Welcome to the land of the living. Yeah.
Whatever I said earlier.
Oh, y'all, go down a Google rabbit hole with that. I'll solve it. It's 1992. Army of Darkness is the first one, although there are lots of other references to it. More. A relaxing puzzle game where you create beautiful embroidery patterns. Stitch. S-T-I-C-H. It was originally released on Apple devices such as iPad in 2022, and before today's announcement, no release date, but coming to Switch. Stitch on Switch. Stitch. Retro futuristic platformer with 3 Z's, BZZZT, is coming to Switch this summer. Oh, here's a goodie. Played this one at PAX East. Animal Well, still on track to release next month. That's May as of right now, if you're listening to... Jesus Christ, it's the 21st. It's almost May. Yeah. Announced over 2 years ago, shared memories, unconventional yet charming puzzle platformer. Animal Well is a combat-free platformer where players control a blob exploring branching paths filled with beautiful, creepy creatures to encounter. We have 9 days to beat Dave the Diver, or play enough of Dave the Diver to know that we can talk about it. That's...
Oh, just getting here. By the way, we'll get there when we get to playtime. I played a lot of that game in a very short period of time. So
okay.
But I didn't. So Animal Well, again, you played it at PAX. Everyone's been excited for it.
Mm-hmm.
Combat free. I don't think I was aware it had no combat in it.
It is. I mean, you are a little blob. Like, you know, when you got a Tamagotchi and the very, very first form of it is you're just like a little shit on the ground. Mm-hmm. That's what this is. You're just jumping around as a little shit. And I wouldn't say it's combat free. Like, there are still things that want to hurt you. And there are like little, at least in the demo I played, there are like little cat ghosts that follow around and try to kill you. And you get rid of them by throwing firecrackers on the ground. And the firecrackers go off and it scares away the little shadow. So like,
but you're not
that kind of counts as combat, I guess, a little bit.
Mm-hmm. But you're not like jumping at stuff with a sword and killing it.
Right. You are, again, just a little shit.
You're a little shit.
Duck Detective, The Secret Salami, also like top 3 names on this list.
Very good name.
Will arrive on Switch next month. A mystery adventure game. Happy Broccoli Games is upcoming. That's the second good game on this list. Happy Broccoli Games. Their upcoming project, Detective Duck, The Secret Salami, will be released on Nintendo Switch and the previously confirmed PC version on May 23rd. And we also have here Another Crab's Treasure gets one more look before its release date later this month. An aquatic Souls-like adventure game, Another Crab's Treasure has players controlling a hermit crab named Krill, who embarks on an adventure to find treasure and use it to buy back his shell.
Excited for that one. I mean, it's just like, hey, it's coming out next week. I'm gonna have that pre-installed, waiting for the 25th so I can jump into that immediately.
Hot.
All about
it. Cool. That's it for the Nintendo Indie world.
Mm-hmm.
Overall thoughts?
Again, the things that I think were good were like, oh, that's super cool. And the other stuff was like, this game used to be on mobile and it's coming now. Not like the Turtles one, which I've been wanting to play, but like, you know, I don't really care about Stitch necessarily, but it doesn't have to be for me either. But overall, yeah, it's pretty good. Good indie school stuff here. I mean,
this is, I assume the rest of what we're getting on the Switch's life cycle is a bunch of these kinds of things.
Probably, yeah.
As we
maybe Hollow Knight Silk Song. Whenever we hear about it,
oh God,
it was never going to be here anyways. I don't know if people were saying that. No.
One day,
this year,
they say. Moving on to playtime, we're talking about what we played this week. It's playtime time. Time to play. Adam fucked twice. It says. Adam, tell me about F times 2.
I did it 2 times. So the first fuck I did was Fortnite.
Okay.
They have Avatar stuff right now. Korra and the Avatar, not the blue people, the people who control the elements. And I was like,
what do you think? Do you think on what is that kid's name? Aang, the last Airbender. You think the blue arrow is just like that's the sickness? He's the last Airbender because all the rest of them turned into the blue people, and this is like the sickness starting to spread from his skull all the way down to the rest of his body.
You know what it actually is?
What?
His tattoos are actually the flow of chi in the person's body.
Oh, dude, that's the flow of cheese in my body, put some cheese in my mouth, and it starts at my skull and then goes all the way down to my asshole.
Straight down the butt. Yeah. No, that's actually what his tattoos are, the flow of the energy through the body, which is pretty cool.
I didn't know he had multiple arrows. I just saw the one on his forehead.
He takes his shirt off, and you'll see like it goes from his head, the arrow's head. It goes all the way down his spine, and then on the outside of his arms and his legs.
Oh,
yeah, he's got the whole thing. But yeah, Fortnite's been fun. Again, that I come back every fucking 7 months and play it. I just like Destiny. I'm like, I want to shoot stuff, but I'm like, I want to shoot stuff and get a skin of Cora because she's cool. So let's do that. And then the other F that I did, the other big fuck, was Fallout 4 because we'll get to it soon. But I mean, fuck it. I guess we'll talk about it here. I watched the show in 2 days. Fucking great show. Holy shit. And I was like, man, this is a fun show. I'm going to play that video game right now.
I felt the same way. Yeah. I watched
we might as well talk about it now. Yeah,
I watched the entire series and it was fucking excellent. And I texted the group chat because Matt from Rhode Island, who has still not replied with your song going, whatever that is. Yeah, he's a big Fallout 4 person. And so I texted the group and I was like, hey, Matt, is the narrative in the video game Fallout 4 anywhere near as interesting as the TV show? Please, dear God, say no, because I don't have time to play Fallout 4. But if the answer is yes, I might fight through some of the jank and try to play Fallout 4. But also, apparently, this is getting the next-gen upgrade this week?
Yeah, we'll talk about it soon.
Okay.
Yeah, it's coming out relatively quickly. But yeah, that show, way better. And again, it's the great thing where you have expectations for a show. Like Last of Us, I'm like, okay, they basically, this kind of a thing, it's going to be a straight adaptation. And if they do it, like for me, The Last of Us is like Pedro and Bella carried that show. And then obviously has very good production values. And this show is like, we're just going to do our own narrative. I'm like, good. Because there's not really a super in-depth. There is a lot of lore, but you don't need to follow anything. And they're just like, all right, the world is super like loyal to the source material. And then just like put Walton Goggins in 100 pounds of makeup and put him in any TV show and I'll watch it 100 times out of 100 because I love Walton Goggins to death. So I was like, yes, this show is very good. I liked it. Violence is just enough. The perfect amount of goofy. Super into it. I don't know. Yeah. They made a good TV show.
Very impressed with it. Amazon has a way of like they know how to make a show look really good. Like everything they put out, I feel like has really high production values, even if it just doesn't click with me. Like Rings of Power looked fucking gorgeous, but I was just not into that show. And then it shows here, like whoever was show running this fucking loved it. And then Amazon's like, yeah, we'll throw a lot of money at it and make it look beautiful. And then they did. Winner.
The fucking power armor. Like, oh, the power armor is like kind of cool. Like, I like that there's a physical power armor in the world. And that Michael Rappaport's in it for fucking 10 seconds. That's great. Love it. So yeah, Fallout TV show, very good. Fallout game, having a ton of fun. Ready for that next gen update. We'll get there when we get there. But that's my 2 Fs. My other one is No Rest for the Wicked. I played that early access.
Oh!
That is a video game from Moon Studios, makers of Ori 1 and 2. And they were like, all right, our next game is an action RPG, not a platformer at all. I was like, all right, cool. Let me try that out. It's on early access and PC, and it feels super polished and super good, and it's gorgeous. And it's like, it's Souls-ish. It's not a Souls game. It's definitely a Moon Studio. Like, you can, again, like the art is wild. It looks like somebody did a bunch of oil paintings and just made it into a video game. But then you like go around this world, and it's like top-down-ish. Again,
yeah, it's like that
Souls,
isometric
Diablo.
Yeah, it's isometric Diablo type camera view.
Yeah, and you're going through, and they're like, "All right, you got a plague, and we're sending out the church to go kill these people on this island." And I'm just going through the adventure, but it's so good. Combat's great, ton of fun, and I was like, "Sure, let me just try it out." And I got it for like half price. And it's early access, and it's great. I was very shocked on how good that game feels. Like I played it one sitting, and I've already got like 4 hours in because I just played for 4 hours straight the first day that I played it. And it's also got this weird thing where like the world, this isn't a big part of the game, but it's there. But like, so like ours is like the first, it's like an island and there's like a castle or whatever. And like, or there's like forts and shit's broken down, but you can like platform on stuff by like, not really, like there's not a jump button. You like run up on stuff like a cracked wall and you can just get on it and then like move around, but it's not like a dedicated platform button, you can just like climb on shit. Basically, it's not like Zelda. Like just let me climb on that fucking rock or whatever, and you can just do it in this. I don't know, man. It's weird. It's very cool. I'm fighting weird monsters, fighting big tree dudes. It's a good time.
Are you playing it early access on Steam or is it early access on Xbox as well?
I'm playing on Steam. I think it's on Steam currently. Yeah.
I was very surprised. I guess I didn't realize Moon Studios was not owned by Microsoft. They were just developing the Ori games, which was that IP was owned by Microsoft because this is coming to Steam, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a thing where it's like they got the deal with ID, like the indie development arm of Xbox, like with Cuphead. Like they don't own Cuphead.
Yeah.
Make Cuphead or whatever. Sort of an idea.
But
no, that game's awesome. Very excited for it to come everywhere. It's very good. And then the last one. What? Oh, Dave the Diver. That's right. We were talking about having enough time. It's getting close to the end of the month. I bought Dave the Diver on PC. And I played 12 hours of it in 2 days. So we'll talk about it when we get there. But I'll just say, Dave Diver is a game that you can play for 12 hours in 2 days if you want to. I guess that's all I can say about it. So
it is now. I don't know if we've had a podcast since this has been announced. Like Dave the Diver is. Oh no, we haven't done this. But Dave the Diver is on PlayStation. It's not Essentials. What the fuck do they call it?
Extra Premium.
Extra and Premium. It just launched last week on those platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, I played. I've watched Fallout. Excellent. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I am still chipping away at it. I am a little over 50 hours in. Last time we talked, I think I just got to the Gold Saucer. Now I am done with the Gold Saucer.
Mm-hmm.
I am beginning chapter 9, but I'm still cleaning up things in the Corel region around the Gold Saucer. So obviously Adam probably doesn't know what that means, but everyone else who's playing it is like, oh, okay, cool. I got an idea of where you are now. Alex, listening to this in the future, now has an idea of how close we are to doing a spoiler cast, which again will be 2026 probably. Still having a ton of fun with this thing. Still, I just got done with a Barrett solo fight. Like you have to do one fight as part of a story mission solo with Barrett, and it was so much harder than the rest of the game so far. I don't know if that's because I haven't been prioritizing using Barrett, so I'm just not used to him and his abilities and that stuff like that. Well, they all level up at the same time.
You just don't know him, though.
What I really like about this game is that you can see, even while you have your party of 3 fighting, you can actually see the rest of your party members like on the outskirts of battle still fighting as well. And I was like, oh, that's really cool.
They're fighting other people?
Yeah. Well, they're not fighting other people. There's like Aerith, you could, even if she's not in your party, you can see her casting spells and shit from afar, and they don't do any damage, but they're still quote unquote fighting.
They're just like there.
Which explains why they're getting experience and their stuff is leveling up.
Pretty cool. I never thought about that detail, to be like, just throw them in the background, like moving their arms around and shit. I'm like,
yeah. So yeah, still making progress on that. There are only 14 chapters, and I'm now on 9. So
you're getting close.
The thing is, though, I'm not feeling like I'm ready for it to be over. I'm not feeling like I need to know the next part of the story, and all the rest of this content is getting in my way. And I'm also not feeling like there's so much content here, I'm overwhelmed, and I don't know what to do next. Like it is. I don't know how they're doing it, but more so than any other open world game, I feel like it is so well paced. Like they reveal to you just enough at a time without you having to say, oh my God, there's so much here and I don't know what to do next. So I'm still very much engaged. Okay. And then launched last week, 2 weeks ago. It's been so long since we recorded. Destiny 2 Into the Light, Adam, is the beginning of the road to the final shape. 2 months of this new onslaught activity, the new boss labyrinth, not labyrinth, what do they call it? The Pantheon of bosses starts on the 30th of April. That's in 9 days now. And it has reignited so many people's interest in this game. Guess what?
Yeah.
Dallas is playing Destiny again.
What? He said he hates Destiny.
I know. I know.
He hates Dallas. Dallas says he hates Destiny.
I know. And then it turns out like every single night now in the chat, hey, anyone want to run some onslaughts? Or we'll post something like, oh, I just did this in Destiny. Like, you're doing that without me? What time are you guys free tonight? Blah, blah, blah. Joel's back in. Like, Joel's still, like, been there, but he just basically comes and raids with us and then bounces. But now he's, like, doing shit on his own.
Crazy I don't get those text messages.
I think we're texting you, but we have the wrong phone number.
I've had the same phone number for literally 15 years.
What's your say your phone number out loud? And
859
no
806.
Yeah, I'm into it. These new weapons are fun to grind for. Figuring out what the god rolls are, getting the shiny versions of them in this Into the Light onslaught thing is really great. But it's also all of these things that we said, oh, we have 6, 7, however long this season was. We have so many months in this season. Well, I'll use that time to, go hunt down all the exotics I don't have yet, or unlock some catalysts, or solo a dungeon, or all that kind of shit. We are now like, what is it, 6 weeks, 5 or 6 weeks away from final shape, and we're full speed ahead. So today we just grinded out the final encounter of Ghost of the Deep so that Audrey could get Navigator. Connor still doesn't have it yet, though, so we got to do some more grinding. We're doing Grandmaster Nightfalls all the time, getting people Senate shards. I am still building my builds to fucking do this goddamn solo dungeon run of the Warlord's Ruin, which I'm sure is going to be easier than I think it's going to be, but still, it's like solo in a dungeon. That's a big commitment.
I gotta have prepared and under deliver, or whatever people say to do. I think that's from Army of Darkness.
Yep. So yeah, very much into it. Still having a blast. It's taking up a lot of my gaming time too.
Yeah, I know a lot of folks are into it. Yep. Oh, real quick, before we move on, I also played Pathfinder Galaspire Survivors, which is a vampire.
Oh yeah.
Game. The only reason I mention is because the review is up now on podcasts and YouTube and stuff. And CJ Danny B joined me for that review. And maybe Danny will show up in another thing very soon.
Whoa! What was Manly Brian's alter ego in that Barf episode?
Oh, Mickey B.
Mickey B. If y'all have not watched, what game was that? It wasn't Hellblade. Before that,
Castlevania Lords of Shadow.
Castlevania Lords of Shadow. If you have not watched that Barf review, the first 25 minutes where Alex is going through all of his notes. Yes, it takes him 25 minutes to get through all of his notes. Mickey B shows up. And it's fucking wild. Cool. That's what we played this week. And we got 1 quest log, 1.5 quest log. We gotta remember that Fallout show we talked about. Amazon's happy with Fallout, says Taylor Lyles. Again at IGN, Taylor Lyles. Toss a coin to your Witcher. He's our Witcher. Valley of Plenty. Just a week after its premiere, Prime Video has officially renewed Fallout for a second season. The streaming platform announced today, quote, Jonah, Lisa, Geneva, and Graham have captivated the world with this groundbreaking, wild ride of a show. The bar was high for lovers of this iconic video game, and so far we seem to have exceeded their expectations while bringing in millions of new fans to the franchise, Amazon MGM Studios head Jennifer Salke said in a statement. The show is set 219 years after the bombs dropped and turned the world into a radiated wasteland. The Fallout TV show stars Lucy McLeod, a young woman who grew up living in a Fallout bunker who goes to the surface to look for a missing father. And that's where we meet Walton Goggins as Ghoul, Maximus, a member of the Brotherhood of Steel. But wait!
Also, real quick.
Yeah.
Before you get to that, talking about the TV show, obviously, second season makes sense. A lot of people watched it. That's cool. Fucking the coolest thing about Fallout, and the coolest thing the show does, obviously because it's so loyal to the source material. Let me tell you, just give me fucking 50s music.
Oh, dude, right?
TV shows all day. Every day, all day. I'm there for it. So good.
Yeah. That's one of the things I remember the trailer for Fallout 3, and now it's used in so much Fallout stuff. And maybe it was used before that, and I just never paid attention to the franchise. But the trailer for Fallout 3, having that, I don't want to set the world on fire. And then, like, BioShock had that similar theme or vibe for its first thing. And I was just like, that vibe in this, like, apocalyptic world that's my love language.
Yeah, so I'm super into it too.
But wait, there's more. Pickled popped popsicles in my pootie pots, says Tanky D Smitty Games in the chat. That's not actually what was more. This is what was more. Hot on the heels of the release of the well-received Fallout TV show, Bethesda has finally announced a release date for the long-awaited Fallout 4 next-gen update. The free upgrade for the post-apocalyptic open world role-playing game launches on April 25th. That's 4 days from now if you're listening right now. That's 2 days from now if you're listening on demand. And that's today if you're listening on April 25th.
Cool.
On Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and PlayStation 5, and includes native applications for the consoles, performance mode and quality mode settings, as well as stability improvements and fixes. And it means the game will be playable at up to 60 frames per second with increased resolution.
Very nice.
This was also one of the games that was part of when you bought a PS5, they had what they called PlayStation Plus. It's not Game Catalog, because Game Catalog is what Game Catalog is now the thing that's extra and premium. But it was something very, very, very stupidly similar to that, which is why.
Well, they got rid of it, but it was like, if you have PS Plus, here's a bunch of games for your PS5. If you have PS Plus and the PS5, because I remember it was like Persona was in there, Persona 5 not Royal, but Persona 5 normal. Fallout 4 there was a bunch of, I forgot what they called that.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Sony is offering a free exclusive game to PS5. No, god damn it. This is going to drive me frickin' bonkers.
I'll look it up. PS5 launch.
The problem is if you put Game Catalog in there, then it goes to the new PlayStation Plus one.
I'm just looking for I don't know.
2020. Launch day. All PS5 games available at launch. Oh my god, this is so boring to listen to as an audio podcast listener, but still very, very interesting to look at.
I'm looking at a story from 2021, PlayStation Plus Game Catalog.
Really? It's called Game Catalog?
Yep.
Okay.
It used to be called. It's gone now.
And then what do they call the PlayStation Plus catalog now?
That is the PlayStation Plus Extra catalog. It's stupid. They named two things catalog, but they were two different services. Whatever.
Yeah. So the PlayStation Plus game catalog you now get access to on Extra and Premium, but it is not the same games in that game catalog. These are different games. Anyway, yeah. So if you bought a PlayStation 5 anywhere close to launch, you likely already have Fallout 4 on PlayStation. Obviously, if you're an Xbox Game Pass owner, then you have access to Fallout 4 as well. And what an excellent excuse to jump in and figure out if you like this shit or not.
Good. I've been enjoying it. Never beat the story, so that'll be fun to finish the story with the updates. So yeah, very good.
Dope. And that brings us to segment from Adam World on Fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart.
Would you imagine that you would have a pot? Well, I did. Whenever they just played the fucking theme music from the main menu, when you don't play 4 a lot, but that is a moment.
I have never played 4.
There's a start music when you start the game up. It's like press start to play or whatever. There's music, and they played the music in the show. I was like, fuck, you guys did it. You did the thing. Gave me the member bear, and then
that's the thing about that show is that they treaded that whole thing so well. Like, I am a person who played maybe about 10 to 15 hours of Fallout 3 and said, no, thank you. I did not play any of Fallout 4, none of New Vegas. Fallout is not a property that I care about in the gaming world, but I watched that show and enjoyed the shit out of it. Even though I didn't get, I'm sure, 1,000 references that everyone else got. And then everyone else who did understand the references also just like were jizzing their jizzies. And I was like, okay, good for you. This TV show did both of us well.
It's Cram and Sugar Bombs. And it was like episode 5 before they played the theme from Fallout 4. And I was like, oh, there it is. And then she said, war never changes. Like, oh, there it is. They did it. Very good. But anyway, segment this week. Chad, you know what time of year it is? Give me a guess.
It is time of the year that we start speculating what announcements are coming at Summer Games Fest?
Not yet. It is NFL draft season. The NFL draft is
of course it is. That's right.
All the kids know all about it, which is actually a very interesting time of the year. College players go to the NFL, make some money, hopefully, become good, make your team good. So we're going to have ourselves a little RAF draft.
Ooh. Slap draft, blap draft.
Smack them around. Here's what we're going to do. Take them all down. The idea for this There's gonna be a little twist. We're gonna draw. What we're gonna do is, you're gonna draft 2 different teams of 5 video games.
Okay.
And then we're gonna have the viewers vote who has the better draft, like who has the better choice of games.
Okay.
Basically.
Is this vote happening asynchronously, and then we're announcing the winner next week, or is this vote happening right now? Okay. Cool.
We'll make a Twitter thing and be like, which 5 games do you think is better? Right. Cool. Here's the twist. So we have 5 categories, right? You're gonna make 5 picks. 3 of them are exclusive games. So 1 Nintendo game, 1 Xbox game, 1 PlayStation game. Right?
Okay.
1 game is going to be a mobile game, and 1 game is going to be any third-party game. Doesn't matter the platform, doesn't matter, whatever, just a third-party game, right? It'll go snake draft. So I'll go first, you'll go second, you'll go first, I'll go second, yada, yada.
Okay.
The thing that makes it weird and interesting is the other person gets to pick the stipulations for your draft pick. So let's say it's time for Chad to pick his Nintendo game. I can say you've got to pick from the GameCube, the 3DS. I can either pick a system or I can pick a category. Like you got to pick a Nintendo puzzle game.
Okay.
So that's the thing that we're going to do, is that you have to give a stipulation for the other person, and we build our teams based off of the stipulation the other person gave us. Because if it's just like, build the best list of, that's whatever. We're going to have fun with it. So we're going to start off. Your name is here first. You're going to get the first pick of the draft. I'm
going to write these down. Whoa, what the fuck did that just write? Who the hell did I hit?
I've got a list. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I've got a 1.
Where did I just write Chad? Somewhere in this doc.
I have no idea. I don't see it. I'm not looking at the main doc. Oh, well, that's fine. Chad, you just pick. Let's go PlayStation first. And I want you to pick a PlayStation game from the Vita.
PlayStation game from the Vita.
It's got to be a Vita game, but you picked what you think the best draft pick is based on those parameters I just gave you. You can look on your computer if you need help looking stuff up, whatever, it's fine.
Oh, man. Does it have to be native to the Vita, or can it be something that was playable on the Vita? Let's make it native. Let's make it native to the Vita.
Yeah, sure. Let's say a Vita game. A game that was on Vita. PlayStation exclusive Vita game.
Okay. So then do you have to... You don't have to...
You'll put my stipulation for PlayStation.
Okay. Mm-hmm. It's my PlayStation game on the Vita. There are a few things that are coming to my brain diggle right now. I'm thinking... I'm cautious about revealing these to you, but I feel like you're gonna think of something else anyway. There's Tearaway.
Oh, I have a different stipulation.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I might just say like PlayStation first party game, and then suddenly you're like, well, I also have now access.
Obviously, that Vita game.
Yeah. Little Big Planet. There was Gravity Rush. There's Tearaway.
Mm-hmm.
And here we go. Everyone's gonna fucking agree on this.
Golden Abyss?
I mean, no one agrees that Uncharted Golden Abyss was the best Uncharted game. It was a very good game for the Vita, but everyone agrees the best version of this game is on the Vita, and a bunch of fucking nerds love it, and they rate things highly. And also a bunch of people who aren't necessarily into this franchise rate this highly as well. We're gonna go with Persona 4 Golden.
Oh yeah, that's I didn't even think about that. That is the answer.
Yep. P4G baby.
Is Chad's Vita game. So now I have a pick a PlayStation game. Give me my stipulation.
All right, your PlayStation game has to exclusive but not first party.
Okay. So like second party basically is the idea. I mean it's top of mind. I'm just gonna make it easy on myself. Helldivers 2.
Oh fuck. That's such a good answer.
I mean, you had a really good answer too. You have literally the best Vita game. All right, there we go. That was PlayStation. Now I go.
All right, so yeah, you have to come up with.
Be, let's do Xbox next. Sure.
All right,
give me an Xbox stipulation.
Xbox game, and it has to come from the. It has to come from the OG Xbox.
OG Xbox. Obviously, you've got your original Halos. I could be cheeky and say brute force, like I want to say at all times. Mech Assault. I think I'm gonna go with the game that I adore that will never be brought back in a way that matters, I'm going to go with KOTOR. KOTOR is an original Xbox exclusive.
Oh, nice.
That is the game I'll pick for Xbox for me.
All right.
For you, Chad, I want you to pick me an Xbox game that is not a first-person shooter. It can be any kind of game as long as it's not a first-person shooter.
And it can be on any platform.
Any
Xbox
platform, doesn't matter.
Okay.
Just cannot be a have first person at all. So you cannot pick Fallout, even though technically it's third person. I mean, technically it's not exclusive.
Okay.
But you know what I'm saying. No Halo, no game that.
And it has to be exclusive, right?
It has to be exclusive Xbox game. Yes, it has to be on the Xbox exclusively.
On the Xbox exclusively.
I guess technically you could go for like a third party game that was exclusive on Xbox, but if you're trying to make the best team, you want to get picked as the winner.
Right. Not a first person shooter. Xbox exclusive game. Is it? What if it's an Xbox? No. If it was something that was like owned by Nintendo, but now is owned by Xbox? No, that doesn't count.
It would have to come out on the Xbox exclusively at some point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What the fuck does Xbox make that's not a shooter?
Again, you can get on the Google if you need to.
Did you say any shooter or did you say first person shooter?
Cannot be first person shooter.
Cannot be a first person shooter. Okay. So that means Gears is totally up for grabs.
Yeah, you could do Gears. Mm-hmm.
But I'm not saying I'm going to do Gears yet.
Yeah.
What the fuck else is exclusive? Oh, here we go.
Okay.
This is a version of this. Let me verify that this version specifically was exclusive because I'm pretty sure it was.
Although, what is TTS?
Time to suck.
Dallas, get on time to suck.
TTS. So the plan is while we record the podcast, Dallas and Joel and Matt are getting on TTS. And then after the podcast, we all might raid together. I know your text message got lost in whoever has your phone number.
Yeah.
And
crazy.
So they texted that in the group chat and Jericho was like, "What's TTS?" And Audrey said Audrey said tiny tits something. And then Jericho said time to suck. So we all decided TTS is now time to suck, but also it's tabletop simulator.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so this game in its form is only on Xbox. It did come to another platform as a slightly different name and a slightly different package. Ninja Gaiden Black.
Oh yeah, we'll allow that.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Ninja Gaiden Black.
Ninja Gaiden Black.
Also, that was like a pretty good Vita game. Ninja Gaiden Sigma on Vita.
Yeah, there's Sigma and Black. Yeah, that counts though. Yeah. Pretty good games. All right, very cool. Now you're picking first. It is a Nintendo game, obviously, is what we're doing. I'm going to say it's a Nintendo game that cannot feature a Mario universe character.
All right.
Any era, any time or whatever, just cannot have Mario. So it can't have Peach or Donkey Kong, or it cannot have a Mario person in it.
God, that's so tough because literally the only thing Nintendo is good for is first party shit, and all their first party shit has Mario in it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to help you out, but Link is not a Mario character.
But he's in Mario Kart.
That you just couldn't pick Mario Kart, but you could pick Link. You know what I'm saying? Or you could pick Legend of Zelda. Excuse me.
Okay.
Just not a game that is Mario characters.
But I can't pick a Donkey Kong game.
No, because Donkey Kong's a Mario character.
You think so?
Yeah, pretty sure he showed up. that big monkey man definitely showed up in a Mario game.
I mean, so did Link. Okay.
Cannot originate in a Mario game, I suppose.
Well, it's technically Mario originated in a Donkey Kong game.
Yeah. Do you want to pick Donkey Kong?
No, I don't want to pick. I mean, well, I might have picked Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze.
Oh,
that game's fucking excellent. Or Diddy's Conquest. Donkey Kong Country 2. The smart choice would be to pick fucking... What is the name of the game that came out last year that is a Zelda game?
Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom. That would be the smart choice. No, I'm going to pick Ocarina of Time. I think 98% of people agree that Ocarina of Time is the Zelda game to pick.
All right. Ocarina of Time is down for you. All right. What's up for me? I'm picking a Nintendo game. What's my
Okay, you're picking a Nintendo game, and it has to be something that you can play. Has to be something you can play on an analog pocket.
Okay, so like a portable game. Now, question: how far up does Analog Pocket go?
Analog Pocket goes up to Super Nintendo. So you have all the Game Boy games, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color. You have Nintendo. You have Super Nintendo. That's as far as it goes.
Yeah. I have not finished this game. I don't necessarily care, but I'm just going for the win. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Chrono Trigger.
But that's not exclusive.
Oh, yeah, right. This is a Nintendo exclusive. Was Chrono Trigger not exclusive to Nintendo?
It came to PlayStation as part of a Final Fantasy collection.
Fine, fair enough. It's got to be a Nintendo exclusive game that was up to that time period. Let's go. What's a fan favorite is the thing I'm trying to think of. Like, they give me that era, and like, what are like the fans like? Oh, I'm horny for that. You know what? It's a personal one for me because it's the first game I actually cared about and made me a gamer. We're gonna take Pokemon Yellow.
Oh fuck, that's good.
Yeah, not too bad.
That's good.
Okay,
pick.
Next up is mobile. So that's
a
game that is a mobile game. Give me a stipulation if you can think of a stipulation.
I can think of a stipulation. It's super unfair, so I'm not going to do it. But mine was going to be like, it cannot be a game you can play on a smartphone. Like, it had to be one of those old ass play with the directional pad on your old flip phone. But no, that's unfair. Mobile game stipulation is fuck.
I mean, I've got one. It's real simple though. It's like not difficult.
Has to specifically be a racing game on mobile.
A racing game.
Yep.
Does it have to be cars or does it just be running?
It can be running. As long as you are competing against computer or multiplayer kind of things. It has to be racing specifically.
I'm like trying to win a race. Oh, let's see. I'm gonna just have to Google mobile racing games because I can't think of. I can think of one, but I don't really want to pick the Mario Kart one. God, that is a tough one, isn't it, bud? Jesus Christ.
While you're thinking, Decent Mini Games says, I love you, Matt, but I'm not going to the basement. Interesting that Time to Suck happens in the basement. Oh, man.
So there are like a lot of really interesting car games. I know like Real Racing is one that I've heard of that people are into. I'm going to be super basic. I'll just go with Mario Kart Tour, even though technically I didn't want to go with it. But I mean, I feel like if I'm trying to win, like who has the best thing, throwing Mario Kart on there seems like a good idea.
All right.
Mario Kart Tour is my pick for mobile game. And for you, it just has to be a game that has come out during the iPad era. So it has to be a game that is playable on an iPad, a mobile game.
Okay. That's it. What was that, 2010 or later?
Yeah, so I was basically going to say like the last 10 years, but I'm just going to say iPad just to make it a little sound interesting. But that's basically what I'm saying. So you can't pick Snake. You can't pick Snake. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
On Nokia phones.
Divinity Original Sin 2.
Can you play that on iPad?
Yeah, I played that on my iPad with my niece and nephew.
Okay, how about this? It has to be on a mobile device from the last 10 years, not including iPad exclusives. That's what I meant to say.
Okay.
Just 10 years of a mobile game. Pick one. Because I forgot iPads, you can get like real ass games on iPads and stuff.
Okay. So sorry, repeat your stipulation again. I want to make sure this falls in your.
If you want to say Resident Evil 4, you can say it, but it is the mobile version of it. It has to just be playable on a mobile telephone in the last 10 years.
Mobile telephone in the last 10 years. I'm going to go with Baldur's Gate 2.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't see why not. The game's 20 years old.
Wait. No, I want to change my answer.
Okay.
Hearthstone. I'm going with Hearthstone.
Oh, that's a good one. Honestly, if you didn't give me that stipulation, I would have picked Marvel Snap. So Hearthstone is 100% fair answer. All right. We're on to our last and final draft pick. That's the sound the NFL games make. Or whenever they pick up a player. So this is a third-party game. So just anything that is not, made by Nintendo, Sony.
And I'm giving you the stipulation first, right? Or are you giving me the first?
No, you're picking first. I'm getting the stipulation.
Okay.
It has to be. Ooh, You have to pick a third. This actually opens it up a lot for you. It should make it. No. What am I going to pick here? I'm going to say it has to be a third-party game that came out. Oh boy. What am I going to do here? It has to be a third-party game. It has to be a third-party game that you have not played.
Just any third-party game that I have not played?
In the last fucking 40 years, but you cannot have played it at all.
Baldur's Gate 3, baby.
I knew what you're going to pick. I was like, how do I make this so Chad doesn't pick Baldur's Gate 3? But it is what it is. I can't really.
I even have it installed, but still technically have not even opened the game.
I'm sure you do. What's my stipulation for my third-party game?
Your third-party game has to have at least 1 minute or a segment. It has to have a dedicated segment in it somewhere where you have to use motion controls.
Oh, I don't even know what that would be.
This can be like a 6-axis control on PlayStation 3, like that had the 6-axis control. It could be a Wii game. It could be a Switch game that you do motion on it. It could be a mobile game.
So I'm like, what's a third-party
game? It could be a VR game because those all have motion in them.
Yeah. I'm just saying, what's a third-party game that would have motion bullshit in it? Let me see. Actually, I'm going to Google this.
And it has to require the motion. So, for instance, like Smash Bros. Does not count because you have the option to play that with just a GameCube controller or something like that.
So it's something that has a section where you use. So what if it's not required but is available? Or are you saying it has to be used?
It has to be required. Like I'm thinking about, well, no, I'm not going to give you answers, but like there are parts of things where like, oh, you have to keep your balance using the 6-axis controller.
Well, yeah, but I feel like a lot of those are first party. Like I think of about Until Dawn or stuff like that. But that's it's first party or second party, whatever you want to call it. Well, I was looking. GTA has it, but you don't have to use it, which would have 100% been the way that I would have done it. All right, I'm just going to type this in. It's not going to be as good as Baldur's Gate 3. I'm just going to type in most popular VR game and see what pops up. Beat Saber's the number one thing on there. That's what I was thinking anyways.
Oh, fuck yeah, Beat Saber's excellent.
Or Half-Life Alyx. Which one is... Actually, I think Half-Life Alyx uses it more interesting, obviously, because it's a very cool game. Do I want Half-Life or Beat Saber? Like, which one will get me the votes? You know what I'm saying? We're going to have Half-Life Alyx as my third-party game. Because you have to use motion controls because it's a VR game. So there you go.
Yep. And
that is our draft, everybody. So we're going to put up a post on Twitter. You write us, send us a letter to our houses. Respawningfire@gmail.com. If you want to tell us which one is better. So Chad's team is Persona 4 Golden, Ninja Gaiden Black, Ocarina of Time, Hearthstone, and Baldur's Gate 3. Adam's team is Helldivers 2, KOTOR, Pokemon Yellow, Mario Kart Tour, and Half-Life Alyx. You let us know who drafted the better team and whose is cruising for another first round draft. Drafted so bad.
Man, after you read my list, I was like, fuck yeah, that's a good list. There's no way I'm going to lose. And then you read your list again. And I was like, oh, fuck, those are all really good games too.
I think we both have one that's like, who knows? And the rest of them are all bangers. So it's like, we'll see.
Cool.
All right, that's it.
Cool. Thanks for that segment from Adam. We've got a game on Game Show. The Game on Our Gaming Show. We play a game called Game on the Gaming Show. On our Game Show, game. We're playing Pitch Me, Bitch. This is a game where we kind of take the success that Fallout has seen on Amazon Prime, and now that we're in this this glory period of video game adaptations of TV and movies, we've got The Last of Us, we've got Fallout, we've Twisted Metal was like a surprisingly good show, although compared to both of those, it is like nowhere near that caliber, but still a very good show. We've got other things on the way that we know about. Like we know a God of War show is coming. We know Horizon show is coming. We know Sonic 3 is coming.
Knuckles, the TV show, is out soon.
Knuckles, the TV show. Borderlands, the movie. I have 2 pitches that I want you to make. This can be a TV show or a movie. So you get to decide whether you want it to be like a several episode arc or whether you want it to be a 90 minutes, 2-hour thing. And I want you to pitch me, I'm going to give you a choice of 2 games for each, and I want you to pick one and tell me who is the star, who are you casting as the star, and if there are other people around it that you think are fun to do too, go for it. The second thing being, is it a movie or a TV show? The third thing being, what is a little bit of the plot? What's going on in this adaptation of it? And then finally, who is we'll say who's directing, like in the style of, even if you don't know directors, you can be like, this is in the style of Blade Runner 2042, or this is in the style of fucking, I don't know, the Mario movie. But the last stipulation is they have to all be live action, no CGI, like no completely animated movies. Here's your first pitch, bitch. You get to choose between Wario Land and Guacamelee.
Oh, give me Guacamelee, 100%.
All right, Guacamelee. Mm-hmm. Who's our main character in Guacamelee movie, and what's going on?
Guacamelee, a live action movie. Do I want to do? Well, we'll figure that out in a second. Guacamelee, starring. I'm like, do I pick a white dude just to be funny, or do I? Because like Nacho Libre works super well, right? Even though it's black.
Yeah.
So I'm like, do I just want to do that kind of an idea again? Give me who's big and who's funny. Who's a big white man who's funny? Pretend to be luchador. Give me Alan Richardson.
Alan Richardson?
That massive white dude who's been in a lot of stuff. Like he's Reacher is the latest.
Jesus Christ, that guy's fucking body. Don't do a Google image search if you feel like any insecurities about yourself.
The guy's wild. Yeah, let me get Alan Richardson.
Holy shit, yeah, okay. So he's
was raised in Mexico, you know? He's raised.
Gotcha. Okay. So he can put on that luchador mask.
Because that game's pretty silly and has some like meme ability to it. So I think that'll be a fun.
Yeah, the whole first game was meme city, like memes everywhere. Now here's the thing, what's going on in this game? And don't feel like you have to stay too close to the source material, because as we all saw with Halo, as the creator of the show, you don't even have to watch I don't even know be familiar with the original content at all.
What's the idea? I think the idea is very simple, that we have this man who grew up being raised to be a luchador in this little town or whatever it was. As he's growing up, there's like a girl of like the guy who runs it, and they become friends, and then she gets stolen by death. I'm trying to remember what happens in the first game. Yeah, like she gets captured by a supernatural being during whatever. And then he's like, well, I got to go save her with the power of wrestling and whatever. So I think it's very straightforward, like what the game is, but it's we're doing a hero's journey. He's friends with this person. He grew up in this world. He's going to go save the girl, and we got to go to the underworld and have a bunch of crazy shit going on. And
what is this movie in the style of? Or TV show? Have we even decided? Is it a movie or TV show?
I think a movie makes more sense. Okay. I feel like you could do this in 2 hours and have it done. Give me the style. So again, it's very normal comedy. We're on top of the world, but like, what is the style when we go into the underworld? Okay, so do it better, but just give me Kong X Godzilla. Just like we go on Hollow Earth and we're fighting a bunch of bullshit. But like Alan Richardson instead of CG King Kong. But like we're going to another world, like the underworld, which is just under our normal world, and just like crazy fucking characters and shit are under there. And he's beating the shit out of them.
Dope. All right, pairing number 2. Pitch me, bitch. Now this one, you might have to rely on some. Actually, pause. If we just this one piece of this, if we did go the Wario Land route, who plays Wario? It can't be Danny DeVito.
Oh man,
because Danny DeVito would be the fucking perfect Wario, but it can't be Danny DeVito.
The guy from Home Alone is dead. He can't be him. The short dude from Home Alone.
Oh fuck yeah. What's his fucking name?
He's a very good Pesci. Actor. I can't. Pesci. Yeah. Couldn't be him. Fuck. Just give it to Chris Pratt. Fuck it. Who cares?
I'm Mario, and I'm also Wario. I'm gonna win. Okay.
That's 100%.
Second pairing. Again, for this one, it's live action.
Mm-hmm.
And we might have to draw on just some screenshots, maybe. Have to make up a narrative because maybe we don't understand or know what the source material is. Pikmin or Worms Armageddon? Which one are we going with?
Fucking what? I would rather do worms, but that seems so much more difficult to do.
Matt in the chat says worms.
I do like worms. That's what I'm saying. I love worms. I don't like Pikmin as much, but Pikmin just seems like an easier idea. So we're gonna go with Pikmin, just because I can kind of think of an idea what that would be.
Okay, for this, I need you to cast two things. One, who is Olimar. Two, who is the Pikmin?
Woody Harrelson is Olimar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. And then who's gonna play the Pikmin? Who is gonna play the Pikmin? I want the Pikmin to be. I want the Pikmin to be different. So the different color. This is kind of a cheat answer, but it counts. I want the different color Pikmin are all voiced and played by. They'll be CG characters, but they'll still have a performance or whatever. Think of like Claptrap is Jack Black, but whatever.
Yeah.
Claptrap. But it's all the cast of Jumanji. So we got The Rock as the red Pikmin. We've got Kevin Hart as blue Pikmin. Karen Gillan as yellow Pikmin. We're doing that idea. All the way down to Nick Jonas is going to be the black Pikmin or whatever the fuck it is. So Jumanji is going to be... Actually, you know what? Fuck it. No.
The way you fucking say Jumanji. I forgot that's how you say Jumanji.
That's what they say. So yeah, I want the cast of Jumanji to be the Pikmin, and Woody Harrelson is Olimar.
Okay. There's an alternate universe that I know would make Alex very happy for me to bring up this movie again. The Nutty Professor 2, The Clumps.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that one episode last year where he's like, "Did you know there's a sequel called The Clumps?" I would love for Eddie Murphy to play all of the different Pikmin, and they're just all different versions of that family.
Yeah, I feel like a comedian makes the most sense to just like do a bunch of weird fucking be weird people.
What is the narrative? What's going on in this movie? What's the plot?
I want to be a TV show. It could be a limited series. Okay. That's fine. The idea is that stay with me. Stupid and very good. Think of Planet of the Apes, where like a spaceman is on a mission, gets lost in space, wakes up on an alien planet, but they're not Monkey Man and it's not Earth. It's fucking. He seems like, is this world giant or did I shrink? And he looks like he's in the backyard of a normal person's house, but from his scale, he can't tell. So it seems like a scary jungle, and all these weird Pikmin are running around. And it's Woody Harrelson in a spacesuit, hanging out with The Rock, voicing a Pikmin.
I want. So Danny DeVito's in Jumanji 2.
Yes, he is. You're right. Yeah.
And I want whichever Pikmin he represents, whatever colored Pikmin it is, I want it to just be him as the art critic from Sunny in Philadelphia. Ongo Gablogi. Derivative. This is trash. Hello. That's what I want as his Pikmin.
But yeah, the show is our journey for our spaceman who crash lands on this planet. He's trying to get off the planet. Maybe like whatever, a piece of the shuttle fell into the distance. And then, as we go on, it's like, oh, this is just like why are we just small on this world? And it seems like a normal world. And at the end, the twist is that he was it's a Jacob's Ladder scenario where he was actually crashing to his death, and he imagined this whole journey just as like a fun way to die before he went out. And he's like, oh no, I was about to crash, and then this was my hallucination I had. And he was watching Jumanji 2 on the side monitor as it went on. So that's how we get there. It's real heady. You got to be like a real art house guy to get it.
Is it shot in kind of like in the style of the Planet of the Apes movie still, or is it in the style of like director, creative vision?
You know what? Not the Planet. He did make this movie, but I want it to be like his other movies. Make it Tim Burton as fuck, but not Tim Burton Planet of the Apes. Normal Tim Burton. Like weird fucking like
Alice in Wonderland.
Shit. Alice in Wonderland, Beetlejuice, that kind of.
Okay.
All the Johnny Depp movies, that weird ass like. Something is wrong with this man. Why is they still letting him make movies? That era, Tim Burton, but with Woody Harrelson and then the cast of Jumanji.
Excellent. All right. Well, hopefully we see those movies and TV shows coming up very soon. But for now, that wraps up our Game on Game show. And that wraps up episode 351 of Respawn Aim Fire. Your homework, should you choose to accept it, and you will because you're great, is to play Dave the Diver. Again, it's available on PlayStation Game Catalog if you're an extra or premium subscriber. It is available on Steam and Xbox. Is it on Game Pass?
No, it's not on Xbox, but it's on Switch and
it's not on
and
Xbox.
PlayStation. Not yet.
It's on Switch though. Okay.
It is.
Yeah, go play that. It is. I think we've looked it up on how long to beat, and it's something like 28 hours or something like that. So if you want to write in your thoughts, you don't have to have beat it, because Lord knows I'm not going to play 28 hours of that game in the next 9 days.
Mhm.
But
I might
definitely play enough. Adam might. So yeah, play Dave the Diver, which means this week we're also voting again for next month's shit. So Alex we'll remind him on Twitter tonight, put up a poll for next month's Barf games. So go to patreon.com/respawningfire if you want your vote to count a lot, or you can just go to twitter.com/respawningfire if you decide you just want it to count a little. And what else is there? Oh, exclusive access to shit. If you're a patron over on patreon.com/respawningfire, you right now have exclusive access to our filmed live in Cambridge, Massachusetts, just next to Boston, and during the same time as PAX, not Jeopardy, RAF Party. So we filmed that live it was me and Adam and Matt and Joel Campos. You love him, you know him. Jerica, you know her, you love her. She said the thing about time to suck. So,
loves her.
And we did it all in this one living room, and it was fantastic. So that's up right now, only for patrons. It'll become available for everyone in the beginning of May. If you are not a patron, you now have access to, in April, for the first time, what's the one right before that? Pitch Perfect. Starring Mario Rivera and Kyle Stevenson and John Hansen and Samson Lee. So you have access to that. And then we're recording another one on Tuesday in 2 days.
With maybe CJ. Who did you compare Danny to?
Mikey B.
Mikey B.
It's because his name is Danny B, right?
Yeah.
Mikey B, Danny B, Papa John's. So yeah, that'll be up the 1st of May for everyone who is a patron. And that's it. That's all the things. Thanks, Adam, for being here. Unlike fucking Alberta, Cozina, she's not here. This is the day after your birthday, girl. Alex was not here. Alberta should be here. She's here every week. Alex was not here, which is a little bit of a surprise, but he's not necessarily beholden to this show. And so, until next time, here's our usual sign off. Ongo Gablogian.